Welcome back. Tomorrow is the kickoff to National Fishing and Boating Week.
Well, it's long been looked at as a sport for guys. Newsflash, nearly half of people trying it out for the first time are ladies.
Jessica Mendoza is an ESPN baseball analyst who fished as a child with her mom.
Now she's sharing her love of fishing with her own children. Jessica's joining us live. Nice to see you, Jessica. It's a pleasure.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to talk fishing with you guys.
All right, so let's just get them out of the way. Did you fall for this hook, line, and sinker when you were a kid?
Put on bump. Okay, you guys are going to crack up. The first time I went fishing with my mom, as you mentioned, 5 years old, and this is like the jock in me. My dad's a football coach, baseball coach. My mom tells me, okay, you want to try to cast out the line as far as you can, and all I heard was as far as you can. And so I reared back and chucked my entire fishing pole as far as I could, which I'm telling you, it was like a good 40 yards. Like, I was kind of impressed with myself. Mom, not so much so. That was like first time fishing. I don't know if that was like catching me hook, line, and sinker, but it definitely brought some memories that I will never forget.
That is fantastic.
You know, I think people are intimidated sometimes. They don't know how to get started, but you're saying, especially with, there's a fishing week, you can get out there. I mean, how do you get started if you really don't know what you're doing?
You know, the biggest thing is you want to feel empowered, educated, right? So you go to takemefishing.org. It gives you all the stuff in a very simple way. And I went fishing as a kid, but it's been 20 years since I've been fishing. And what's cool about National Fishing and Boating Week is it encourages more people, whether it's through these off-the-hook pop-ups that are all over these cities. You can go to takemefishing.org to see where. So it's basically bait shops with games and snacks and basically water right there that you can go fish at there in these cities. And also the fishing licensing fees are waived during that week. And so for me, someone that didn't feel like, okay, come on, first time out, I threw my fishing pole as far as I could out in the water. Like, I wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing before I took my two boys out to be able to educate them. So takemefishing.org is the place to go to be able to find all the stuff you need to know about how to fish.
Yeah, we know you're busy being with, with baseball. Is this an opportunity for you to kind of get an opportunity to unplug?
Unplugging, that's the key, right? I mean, we're in television. Like, we understand, like, screen time, it's a huge part of our lives, and I'm just as guilty. I'm hooked to my phone. I mean, working Sunday Night Baseball, Mets, like, I mean, there's so many things that you feel like you always have to be connected. It feels so good when you're out at a lake or a river because, one, my phone doesn't even work half the time, right? You go and disconnect to these places and now you're forced, right? I look at my phone, I start twitching. I'm like, okay, it's not working. How do I survive? You put it down and all of a sudden you start looking around. And for me, I look at my two boys' eyes and we're able to communicate, have conversations, and not have any distractions except the beautiful surroundings around us.
Yeah, it gets them off the screen time too, which is a challenge. You know, can we switch gears?
Yes.
Because we want to, it's been making news. We want to ask a little bit because of your expertise. We were all just, so sad when we saw the video of the foul ball that hit the little girl, and you being an expert in baseball, Scott and I were wondering, do you think that after something like that, that there's going to be a move to raise the nets again?
Yeah, I mean, I think that honestly, it's only going to get worse. And we were just talking about screen time. We were just talking about distractions. I feel like going to a baseball game, even when I was a kid, I mean, you were always just locked in on every pitch because there weren't as many distractions. And I feel like two things. I mean, one, there is the screen time distraction, but there's also just the fact that these ballparks have so many other things going on, whether it's on the giant jumbo screen that they have at the stadium, all the different food and activities that not everybody is locking in on every pitch. Let's be real. Right. And these balls are being hit harder than they ever have been before. And so I feel like, yes, we need nettings all the way down, foul poles, just because we need to protect not just, everybody, but especially our children that have no chance in reacting.
Thank you so much for your time. Whether it's netting in baseball or maybe casting a net in fishing, we want to wish you a great summer.
Thank you. You guys too.
All right. Nice to meet you.
To find out how to get a fishing license, a boating license, or other fishing facts and advice, head to that website she mentioned. Again, it's all easy and informative for you, takemefishing.org.